Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram Sadgurum Brahmavidvaram. Om Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharya Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashyakrutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Shruti-smriti-purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat-pada Shankaram Loka-shankaram Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti-bheda-vibhagine Vyomavan Vyapta-dehaya Dakshina-murtaye Namaha. Hari Om. We were studying 11th chapter of Ramana Geeta, where the question was, does Jnanam and Siddhis go together? That's the topic. Jnani and Siddhis, do they go together? So, Bhagavan Onmash was explaining that Jnani is the one who naturally is abiding in his own self by his tapasya. Tapasya means what? Effortlessly remaining or abiding in one's own self is called tapasya. So, therefore, we have completed 19 verses. In the 19th verse, see, in the tapasya, when a person is abiding, firmly abided in his own self, this leads to paripakvata. Paripakvata means ripening. Ripening takes place. He effortlessly remains, so more and more ripening takes place. And there is an amount of growth. Now the question asked was, we have already completed in 19th. The best advice is when you come to every month of first day class like this today, you must listen to the last month, last talk and come. So last month, last talk, if you hear and come, you will get good connection. Otherwise, you forget. Even though I repeat very in a concise manner, you forget the continuity. So the best advice it is. So, when question is, in the case of a Mahajnani, who is a Jnani who is firmly abided in his own self, okay? That means what? There is a total absence of ego. Absence of ego means what? Absence of doership. There is no doer. When there is no doer inside, right? There is no desirer, doer. How can you talk about growth, vruddhi? What is it? The growth possibility is there. One is already abided in his own self. So what is the growth? So therefore, the answer is given here only. That a very beautiful sentence, I am not reading it. See, Jnani's growth is a very beautiful thing. Jnani's growth is not due to Jnani's effort. Jnani's growth is not due to Jnani, but what? Due to his tapasya. When his tapasya he does, tapashakti increases. There is no growth in the Jnani. Jnani is already established in his own self. He recognizes that he is infinite, one with infinite. There is no growth further. That his journey ended. But still growth happens because of his tapasya. So example was given like burning sun gives out light and heat. Similarly, this Mahatma radiates. What does he radiate? He radiates tapashakti, becomes naturally ripe. He radiates light, all the highest quality, he radiates them. Now, therefore, what is tapasya? Naturally abiding in one's own self. Now the question is, what does they ripen? Tasmat kasyapi paripakas syat yasmin paripakaha sambhavati sa kaha. So there is no paripakvata ripening in the self. It is already one without a second. He achieved that. Tapasya is there, is naturally abiding in it. What is that paripakvata? What is that which is ripening now? What is it ripening? So he says, Sahajatmanishtam Purusham Ashritya Vyapriyamanasya Manaprana Shariratmakasya Chit Kriya Vyaparashrayasya Upadi Shabdavachasya Va Sukshma Stula Sukshmadi Bhedavat Dehasya Eva Paripakaha Sahaje Tapasisthitasya Mahapurushasya Swabhavataha Anavaratam Prachalan Eva Jayati Iti Bodhyam. No, this is what happens, in one shot I will tell you. One shot. He is still living, is established in his own self. All his upadhis become so pure. They become very expansive. I am just talking some in yogic parlance. They become so extraordinarily pure. And they expand, they grow, they ripen. Keep on ripening. And what is happening? Upadhis, when they ripen, they emanate what? More and more light, peace and power. Because they are upadhi dharmas. The core being is established, but constantly he is established in his own self. What will happen to upadhis? Upadhis also, they become so pure because of the presence, because there is no negativity at all. Pure. And there is more and more, they radiate light, peace, power, and this expands. That is the growth. That is the growth. Therefore, in yogic literature, these things are explained. That's what he says very clearly. So, that's what Chit Kriya Vyaparashrayasya Upadi Shabdavachasya Va Stula Sukshmadi Bhedavad Dehasya Eva Paripakaha Sahaje Tapasisitasya Mahapurushasya Swabhavataha Anavaratam Prachalaneva Jayati. Because constantly he is established in his own self. In fact, in the great Mahayogis, their physical bodies also have become light. They did not leave the bodies. They just dropped the body, became light. A great Mahayogi, forgetting his name, very Mahatmas. Many Mahatmas have left the world without leaving any trace of the physical body. Many Mahatmas are there. One Mahatma left the body and the cloth was covered. Next day morning they want to cremate. When they open the cloth, there are only flowers, fragrant flowers. Body disappeared. In some cases of Mahatmas, they don't leave any trace of the physical. They just become light and go. These are all out of prarabdha only. That later on we'll tell. They don't desire. But somewhere, some prarabdha ke anusar, that happens. In some cases. But there is no kartapan, karturta bhava is not there. That I should do become like this, I should become light and go. They just happen. Like Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi, when he left the body, there's a huge light in space. Very huge light. Huge light. Bright star, very bright star. Went and merged in Arunachala hill. So therefore, this is tapasya. That depends upon prarabdha of the some karma, some prarabdha, whatever it is. They are not attached to it. They are deeply established in their own self. But this vruddhi, in this kind of more and more radiation, more and more light, more and more expansion of that light, these are all happen naturally for the Mahatma. In fact, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi never moved an inch, meaning, I'm just telling, never came out of Tiruvannamalai. Right? Except the Giri Pradakshina and ashram. Or Skandashram on the mountain. Virupaksha Guha. Come back. Now, such a Mahatma, in those days there was no Instagram, Facebook, email, WhatsApp, nor so much of advertisement of these Mahatmas in newspapers. But whole world came to him. His existence, his presence was captured. The essence was captured by many seekers all over the world. They are all drawn towards Ramana Maharshi. Think. So what is that power? Because at the day, once he awakened. But he was just abiding firmly in his own self, as self. The ripening took place. As he more ripening what? Ripening not the jnani. Ripening of this, because of upadhis, more and more light has come, more and more expansion, more and more presence is felt. So it happens. Think. The contra of the ignorant people. What is the sign of ignorant people? One sign is, even a bird, an animal, forget about human beings. No one likes the company of a person, such a person. Wherever that person exists, it disturbs the environment. It creates agitations in others. There is no peace. Such is the life of ignorant man. Say that. In Kenopanishad it comes, the one who awakened to the truth, one who truths, he becomes like Brahman, and sarvani bhutani abhivanchanti. All beings desire, and Shankaracharya says, such a man is worshipped as Brahman himself. The contra is what? We, the ignorant people, our company doesn't inspire even one person. So wherever we are, our presence creates agitations in others, restlessness, anxiety, stress, strain. Think. There is no peace. When you go to a Mahatma, crores of people were drawn. That's called tapah vruddhi. They are not growing as a jnani, but these upadhis, there are light and light, more and more light, more and more radiation, more and more. These things expand because of tapasya. That is called paripakvata. They grow. Clear? This is what in 19th verse was said. Kim tataha pakena iti shankayam aha. So, okay, what does it? So what? Kim tataha, what next now? Okay, he became paripakvata. What happens now? Paripakena kale syuho siddhayasthata pashyataha prarabdham yadita bhisyat viharo jnaninopi cha paripakena kale syuho siddhayasthata pashyataha prarabdham yadita bhisyat viharo jnaninopi cha. Now, here very beautiful again. Now see. Hey Tata, hey Soumya. Ramana Maharshi is answering. Oh my dear son, hey Soumya, oh blessed one. Prashtaram prati priyavachanena sambodhanam. What is that? It is addressing the questioner very dearly, very lovingly. Tata, hey Soumya, hey my dear. Meaning, Bhagavan, it is actually addressing the questioner with so much of love, sambodhanam. Okay? E tata, siddhayas tata is there, no? Tata means e tata. Pashyataha. Pashyataha means of the one who awakened to the truth. What pashyataha? Swarupameva sarvatra pashyataha jnaninaha. Swarupameva sarvata pashyataha. He sees, what is he see? A jnani sees his own swarupa everywhere. He sees himself in the entire creation. That's a transcending it. It is like, for example, I can explain only, can an animal know, think, understand the human life? Your economics, your politics, your religion, your confusions, your lifestyle, your travels, your knowledge of the globe, your knowledge of the universe, whatever you are gaining. Can an animal know? Animal loves you, animal licks you. If you train the animal serves you. But an animal can never crack the human code of consciousness. What is human consciousness? What is their level? An animal can never understand. That means a total shift in consciousness. Total shift between animal consciousness and human consciousness. Think. And many animals don't have all the five senses. Some animals have only one sense, two sense, three sense, whatever it is. They don't know. They can't understand what is a human level. Human consciousness, human existence, human struggles, human stupidities, human wisdom, human knowledge. Nothing they know. That means animal has to become human being, evolve into human being. And then process is there from a tribal man, from primitive men, not tribal I would say, primitive thinking, absolutely animalistic. So Gurudev would say, recently promoted from animal kingdom. Then we are all promoted from animal kingdom. So when we were promoted, we were utterly tribal, primitive in our thinking. Tribal means I would say primitive, very primitive. Nothing is known, just acting based on instincts, a little knowledge. It took lives to refine. Still we are not refined. And it will take more time to expand our... Anyway, so this takes ripening, takes a lot of time. Just as an animal can never understand human consciousness, human being will never understand the realized state of a realized man. His consciousness is totally different. So that experience you will never get. Just as animal, even though you think animal is trained by me and then animal understands my language and sign, animal can never know anything. Unless animal becomes a human being and then gets refined in a due course of time. Similarly, unless human being transcends his limitations and become one with the Supreme or and enter into the divine state of consciousness, these mantras have no meaning. So, unless you go beyond the intellect, very interesting. As long as you are trying to understand through buddhi, you are not understood. Because means of understanding, only intellect is employed. Unfortunately, we don't have any other tool to understand other than the intellect. But intellect has got the capacity to understand that intellect is limited. That is understanding. So if intellect will understand that I am limited in understanding, that is the beauty of our intellect. So then why Shastra Jnanam? Because the Jnanam, the state of realization, presents a contra picture of our present state of existence. Contra picture to our present state of existence. What is our present state of existence? Struggles, ego, pain, insecurity, dullness, fear. So, why we then, because we have intellect, we want to move away from suffering. Here comes the literature which presents us that you can transcend. So, intellect understands that. But merely understanding with the intellect we never get into that experience. To transcend that, we have to use the intellect, at one stage drop the intellect. So therefore, paripakena, because of this we cannot understand. So therefore, swarupameva sarvatra pashyatah jnaninaha. So jnani sees himself everywhere. We also see some people exactly like us. We befriend them. My mentality, your mentality matches. So I keep searching all those people in society whose mind matches with my mentality. And that is called compatibility. ये 2 दिन का खेल है, compatibility. बाद में his mind changes, your mind changes, compatibility breaks. It is not that way. It's essence. So we discover who we really are and then see that essence everywhere, in every object, every being, sentient and insentient, pervaded by that essence. He is called a man who is a seer, pashyataha, of the one who is seeing. A seer. So such a person, for him, sarvatra swarupameva pashyataho jnaninaha purushasya tapaprabhavat nishpannena paripakena. Tapaprabhavat nishpannena paripakena. That ripening which is exhibited, it is expressing on account of his tapasya, the ripened tapasya. Meaning, what is tapasya? We saw in the last, that moment to moment there is a vruddhi. Vruddhi where the moment is established in self firmly, and there the more and more light, more and more radiance comes. It is not a growth of a jnani. Once I realized, but rest all things are happening around him. Therefore, tapaprabhavat nispannena paripakena kale siddhayasyuhu. So because of the firm establishing and refinement, I mean, this we cannot understand what is refinement of upadhis also. We don't understand what is a pure mind. First of all, we don't know what is mind. Number one. And not Shastra language. Don't say samshayatmaka manahane. These are all only basic elementary definitions. So we have to transcend it. It takes a lot of tapasya, a lot of dedication. So once I know the extreme, the purity of this, because of this, I am established in my own self. So the upadhi is the mind, the intellect, prana becomes so pure extraordinarily. In time, automatically, siddhis manifest. A mind which can penetrate, a mind which can know everything that is happening in the universe, a mind which can access anything in the universe. The story comes in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Yajnavalkya. So that big argument goes on in the court. All of them in Janaka's court challenge him. Prove that you are a Brahmajnani. Then alone you can take the cows with the decorated golden caps to the horns and golden bells hanging around their necks. So many beautiful cows. The Janaka announced, whoever is a Jnani, you take it, Brahma Jnani. So nobody came forward. So Yajnavalkya stood and said, he asked his chela, disciple, take all the cows to our ashram we need for our milk and yajna yagadi karma. Everybody protested. Hey, how can you take away? All big people are there in the court. They stopped him. First prove that you are a Brahma Jnani. So they asked questions. He answered. One fellow is died also because of his disturbing everything, hunkar. He got died. In between somebody said, you tell me, you are a Brahmajnani means what? You should know everything. Whatever is happening in the universe. Past, present and future. That is Sarvajñatvam. You must have got Sarvajñatvam. You are Brahman. Brahma is Sarvajña. So you must have got that Sarvajñatvam, all knowing. So I will tell you one thing. I was told by my friend, see no question. Somebody said to Yajnavalkya, I was told by my friend that they, with a group of 5-6 people, they went to a picnic somewhere. Just dilute in the story, simple for it. The essence is same. And in the north somewhere, they met in Yaksha. After having darshan of Yaksha, a great being, my friend told me that their friends of 6 people went and they met Yaksha. They asked her some questions. Yaksha answered all of them. Who told? Somebody asking Yajnavalkya. What did he say? He never went. He said, my friend and some other group went. My friend told me. If you are a Brahmajnani, tell me what questions they asked and what answers were given by Yaksha. Then we will agree. I will agree that you are Brahmajnani. Sarvajñatvam. You have to prove Sarvajñatvam. Simply, Yajnavalkya speaks what happened that time. And I met a great Avadhutas. I am not exaggerating. I met them. Phenomenal Mahayogis and Brahmajnanis. They can access any information, past, present and future. Unknown things you ask, just in seconds they would answer. We surprised them. Sarvajñatvam, that much Sarvajñatvam. We have seen it. So these Mahayogis, who always used to tell us, do more sadhana, more sadhana, more sadhana. He would chide us also. Siddha Purushas. They are there in the country. They were there. Now, they might be there now, I don't know. But some of them I met, many of them. And not many, not some, in between. So I seen Sarvajñatvam. Prachaksha, Anubhava. So the Brahmajnana is different. Therefore he says, many siddhis will come. Sankalpa is enough. Another siddhi. In Gurudev's Ashto Satya Sankalpa, there's one siddhi. Because of extremely pure, spotless. And we have a lot of precipitated, hardened vasanas, like hardcore militants. And in order to melt them, we use candle light. 5 minutes every day. And put it off. Second day, candle light. To melt what? Hardcore precipitated metal with candle light. Can they melt? Not possible. So we have our hardcore, fixed, rigid, extremely rigid vasanas are there. All of us. Extremely rigid. And we think we are very good people. Unless somebody touches that core of our personality, the rigidity will come. So when extremely pure, when all vasanas exhausted, there is no trace of any of these things, siddhayasyo, then they get a lot of siddhis. Then it says, yatra jnani pashyantishtati. Yatra jnani, he sees all of them manifesting siddhis, meaning the siddhis coming out. All he knows. Tasya atmaswarupasya deshakala anavacchinnatve api tadashrita deha pranamanasam deshakala parichinnanam kale siddhayasyuhu adbhuta shakti rupinyo bhaveyuhu iti bhavaha. Yatra jnani pashyantishtati tasya atmaswarupasya. See, he just there. He sees everywhere Brahman and just remains in his own self. For him, Atmaswarupasya, Deshakala Anavacchinnatve api. What is Atmaswarupa? Unconditioned by space and time. Beyond space, beyond time. Although he himself seated in his own self, Atman, which is beyond space and time, tad ashrita deha prana manasam, and that Atma ashrita deha prana manasa, body, mind, prana, intellect, all depending on the self. So the ashrita deha prana manasam, deshakala parichinnanam, and those who are they are conditioned by time and space. Body, mind, intellect, prana, all of them are conditioned by time and space. And the support for all these things which are conditioned by time and space is the Atman, which is unconditioned by space and time. Okay? Kale. In due course of time, for this Mahatma, Siddhayasyaho, Siddhis will get. Where? Because Paripakvata, because extraordinarily pure. So therefore, Adbhuta Shakti Rupinya Bhaveyu. Very, very wonderful, phenomenal powers you will manifest. Phenomenal powers. Mind-boggling powers. Naturally, Tatra Tishtan Pashyati. He is just established in his own self. He is not moving an inch. But all these things manifest. Phenomenal powers. Adbhuta Shakti. Long back, they are all alive, one Mahatma. Avadhuta, a great Mahatma. I went to meet him. 2 or 4 of us. बहुत भीड़ है. And then they said that lot of crowd. So they said Swamiji may not come to meet. In fact, unless you have an appointment, and then he sits in a room and only batches go, one or two people go and then meet, and then very tough. People are thousands of them. So we also want, some of us want to meet him, that Mahatma. Then they said Mahatma may not come at all outside. Swamiji is busy and all. So we are loitering there and here and there. Ultimately, we got a message. Please call them inside. Then Swamiji told, looking at you only, I called all of them. Otherwise, Swamiji is not intending to come out today. I came out running from my deep room to this visitor's room only after seeing you. Seeing you means from inside he saw that we are here around. The bachche idhar hi hai, to theek hai. Another Mahatma. Don't ask any details, these Mahatmas. We went from two of us, brahmacharis at that time. A long journey. We didn't have money also at that time. So we took a hire cab and then went to that place. Great Mahatma. Mahatma was not there. Normally, he always doesn't go out of ashram, but that day he went to some other town, which is about 225 kilometers, 230 kilometers away. We went there during about 11:30 morning. Swamiji is not, Bahudut is not there. Oh God. They said he went to that town. Oh. We already came 275 kilometers. In another direction, he went further somewhere, like a triangle, another town, 230 kilometers, for some temple work or something. Then we both we wanted to meet that Mahatma. I met him, but this person who came with me the first time, the brahmachariji. Then I said, what to do. Then I said, okay, same car, money will be paid later on, we'll borrow somebody money. But let's go to the town. Car is with us. From there about 4-5 hours journey. So 1 o'clock we started, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I think. 6:15 we went. When we went inside, Swami sitting in one house, the Mahatma, Avadhuta. He smiled and said, I was wondering why these two fellows are there at 12 o'clock in the ashram. मैं यहाँ से देख रहा था, अरे बाबा ये दोनों बच्चे वहाँ चले गए, मैं इधर हूँ. I was wondering. Phone call कुछ नहीं गया यहाँ से. We didn't all call, but we came and all that. Then he said, I thought that you must come and meet me here. So whose sankalpa it was? Who saw us? He. Oh, hilte bhi nahi. We didn't call anything. He knew. So that phenomenal powers manifest. For a jnani. He's a mahajnani. All his powers are because of his own enlightenment. That is prarabdha of that person's Mahatmas. He was wondering. So many Mahatmas we met. Think about it. Therefore, these are all manifest. Bhaveyuhu iti bhavaha. Kalena paripakavashat tadrushi prapya api. Kalena paripakavashat. Because of the fructification of the penance, tapasya. Being rooted there constantly, effortlessly. And these things manifest in upadhis, mind, intellect, prana. Phenomenal powers they acquire. Right? So, praptadrushi, such kind of powers. Prapyapi atmavit taha prakatayet iti nasti niyamaha. Even though, in time, because of his being firmly rooted in his own self, effortless penance, in time, even though these powers manifest, siddhis he gets, but manifest nahi, siddhis he gets siddhis. But there is no rule that he should manifest them. He need not manifest. There is no rule. And there are many Mahatmas. They won't give us even a little sign of their powers. Like Tapon Maharaj. But what did Gurudev say? He pushed me beyond. My Guru, he pushed me beyond. That's why Gurudev's commentary very clearly says, ultimately, final realization is given only by Guru. The Guru pushes us from behind into that ocean of bliss. So, such a great Mahatma, Tapon Maharaj. But he never manifested any powers. Some people may manifest, some may not manifest. And one more interesting thing. This is also a deeper truth I am talking. Mahatma may not manifest. But they get interesting things all happen around him. Because all those things are done by his own ganas around him at subtler level. They do that. Therefore, the Guru may not get angry certain times or certain time. The ganas get angry. Devata may not get angry. Devata ganas sometimes they get angry. But this Mahatma doesn't show any manifestation. Even physically also, physical what? The Guru, you may gali Guru de do, koi gali deta hai Guru ko. Guru may not worried. But the devotees around, they cannot tolerate. They go and thrash him up. Think. The Guru is not bothered. So he may not, he should manifest powers, siddhis, aisa koi niyam nahi hai. Na asti niyamaha. Atayeva aha. Therefore it is said, prarabdham yadisyat tabihi siddhibihi jnaninaha api viharasyat. If there is a destiny, then jnani wanders in this world with those siddhis manifesting everywhere. The prarabdha is there, he keep wandering everywhere, like Mahatma Satya Sai Baba you take, Shirdi Sai Baba you take. And many Mahatmas are there, those who have many siddhis. Certain Mahatmas tell, don't go today, tomorrow, kal jao. Don't take that route, take this route. Then they took that route and the other one either blocked or some problem or something happened. Then they realize, oh my God, how did my Guru told me? Some little help they may do. But for them it is all because some conscious, they are deep rooted. These siddhis can happen without even Atma Jnanam also. That is later on, that we will see later. So we are talking of this one. So, if destiny is there, that Mahatma manifests these siddhis in his world. Prarabdha should be there. But he is not linked to that prarabdha. So, jnanodaye sarva karma vinasa shravane sati katam jnaninaha prarabdham iha uchyate. No, this is Tattva-bodha only explained. Upon realization, when it is said all karmas are destroyed, where come and how come the jnani will have prarabdha karma then? So that is answered. Atra eke samadhadate. There is one kind of approach to this thought. Some people opine. Na abhuktam kshiyate karma kalpakotshatairapiti. That karma which is not exhausted even for crores and crores of yugas or janmas, if the karma is not exhausted, it has to be ripened, it should be manifested in some life or the other. Remember, whatever we are going through, good or bad, not necessarily that the karmas related to our experiences of this life pertaining to the immediate previous birth. Some street fight may have happened with somebody. That karma may be back to 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 lives before also. For 3,000 lives, the combination of these two fellows are not meeting. That karma is to be exhausted. It is waiting. So whatever we go through in this life, it's not necessary that these karmas are pertaining to immediate past life. So karma, 10 lives ho gaya, we escaped the karma. No. Karma haunts. If it is not exhausted. And exhaustion is of two types. If you realize the truth, all the past karma is exhausted. Or, in one life, they will haunt us. That has to be exhausted. Therefore, we are all actually caught up in the deep, very thick wheel of karma, unable to pierce it. Unable to pierce it. And in our very attempt to break the shell of karma, the process, the method, in the very process itself, we are creating new karmas. Too subtle. So, prarabdha karma. So, he says, iti evam bruvanaha jnanad vasanatmaka sanchita karmanaha pradvamse tata agami karmanascha pranashe na kopi samshayaha. In this way, jnanad. Having said this, that the karma cannot be exhausted. If it is not exhausted, it will be exhausted even crores of lives, crore mahayugas also. The karma, without exhausting, it will not end. That pattern won't die. The thought, the released pattern will not dissolve. They are very too subtle, very deep. It's very difficult also. You cannot, through microscope, through nothing. Too subtle. They are there. The small seeds are there. Very, very seeds. Very, very tiny. It's just impossible to understand. They are the ones which trigger a pattern, a tufan, a cyclone, a tsunami of any emotion, any desire, any habit, any tendency, any pattern. They trigger from within. Slowly it triggers. Since they are too deep, it is an unmanifest condition, so we don't know. Only we know when they are manifesting, only we know. Oh, this vasana I had. One spiritual seeker. Yes, Swami only, great Mahatma, good seeker. Great sadhana he does. He told me one day, called me and said, "Hey," he said, I was traveling alone. Suddenly I got a desire to smoke a cigarette. So, क्या किया? I don't know which janma vasana it is. So I consciously smoke and exhausted it. Because he's a great spiritual seeker, yogi, I smoked one and observed it. Like Samartha Ramdas, you know that what did he do? He used to like payasam, kheer, so much addicted to it, that vasana. He wanted to exhaust it. What did he do? He ate so much kheer, vomited, again drank the vomit, again vomited, again drank the same vomit. And mind said, I will never drink payasam in life. That's good. Stopped. That is a very hard way of exhaustion. So all of us are behaving with some patterns. There is no, because we are living means some pattern is controlling us. You cannot say we don't have vasana. We have a pattern, a patternized lifestyle. Not P-A-T-R-O-N. P-A-T-T-E-R-N. Pattern. Patternized, we can say. So we are controlled by those patterns. We don't have freedom. We don't have independence. Nigraha kim karishyati? Bhagavan Krishna. By mere restraint, what does it do? Whatever it is. Your study of scriptures is another pattern. It's a pattern. So we are exhausting a pattern. Whether exhausting or repeating, we don't know, but it's a pattern. We are not able to break open it. Therefore, only in after awakening the truth. But is awakening possible with a lot of sanchita karma and agami karma doing? Yes, of course it is possible. The sanchita karma doesn't obstruct our realization. Number one. Number two, if prarabdha is little, that facility, every bhayankar prarabdha also can take you to realization. I already said, there are Mahatmas, in pain they have realized the truth. In tremendous pain they were in, and that pain opened the door to them to realization. And they realized. They became great saint. Extreme pain, they broke open that and their consciousness once for all freed from all encumbrances. Great Mahatmas are there. So, but sanchita karma can be avoided, will not exist after awakening. Agami, which is depending on karta bhav, doership. Doership is not there because there is no ego. Therefore, there is no question of future karmas also. And whatever papa karma, punya karma he did, they are being distributed to all those who blame him. Papa karma goes. All those who praise him, good karma goes. See, the bank balance is zero. And what is the small prarabdha left out in this life? That has to go through. So in that prarabdha, siddhis are there, then they get manifested. They just happen. What it says? Evam brahmana na abhuktam kshiyate karma kalpakotshyate repiti evam brahmanaha jnanat vasanatmaka sanchita karmanaha pradhvamse tata agami karmanascha pranashe na kopi samshaya. There is no doubt in this. These two will go. Prarabdham tu bhoktavyam eva ityahuhu. So prarabdha but has to be gone through. You cannot escape prarabdha, destiny, for this life. So a lot of examples are given. Shankaracharya gives arrow released. 3 arrows are there. One in the quiver, lot of arrows. One arrow is fixed to the bow and one arrow released. The released arrow, I don't know whom that will hit. You have to bear the consequences of it. You can throw away. What? Immediate, that which is fixed to the bow and which are there in the store, quiver. These two can be thrown away. but not, you can do nothing about the arrow that which is already released. It will go and strike somebody, someone. The consequences of it, we don't know. So therefore, Tesham ayam ashayaha. What is that? Videha kaivalyasya eva layam sambhavaha. So this is what is to be understood. When Tesham is prarabdha karma. When they also go, or when this sanchita karma and prarabdha karma completely goes. So therefore, videha kaivalyasya eva layam sambhavaha. So complete cessation of karma, even prarabdha karma, is release possible only after dropping the body. Drop the body, Jivan Mukta is there. But the prarabdha karma, you have to go through it. From the loka's point of view. That's okay, that will tell again. But he also get freed from this body only after that. So, sambhavaha. Praptat prak tat praptehe jivan muktau. So, jivan muktau praptehe prak. Jivan muktau praptehe prak, before one attains realization. Sattva sheshasya vidyamanatvat prarabdhadeva sambhavati. So therefore, prak tat praptehe jivan mukta. Prak tat, before the fall of the body. Tat prapte means before the fall of the body, before death. What is happening? Jivan muktau sattva sheshasya. For jivan mukti ke liye, whatever ayush shesha is there, whatever longevity is left out, vidyamanatvad prarabdhadeva sambhavati. So whatever balance of life is left out, for Jivan Mukta Purusha, the prarabdha will manifest through that body. Tasmat sastula vigrahasya iha stitasya utkrantasya va sasukshma sharirasya jnaninaha bhoktavyam eva prarabdham karma iti. So when you are in physical body or when you have this prarabdha will have an effect on your gross body and subtle body. Subtle body or gross body. Mind and intellect or gross body or pranamaya sharira, subtle. All these things must go through the prarabdha, or even the case of a jnani. There is no other way. If for jnanis also prarabdha cannot be avoided, what about you and I then? We cannot also avoid. We have a lot of bank balance also. कमा के रखा है. हर जन्म में सेविंग कर रहे हैं. जिस जन्म में कुछ नहीं बना, कुछ नहीं हुआ, तो अगले जन्म पोस्टपोन. Coming is unavoidable. Coming back. Till we realize the truth. And realization is not in imagination. I think I have realized the truth. I am Brahman. There is another deluded people. So, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshistu Muktehe Eka Rupatvam Upadishati. But Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi teachings says Mukti is of not two types, it's only one type. No Jivan Mukta, liberated while living, liberated after leaving the body. These two states, Bhagavan says there is nothing like that. Then, so liberated while living and also after dropping the body is freed from completely from the prarabdha karma also. This thought is from the standpoint of the onlookers, not from the standpoint of the jnani. That's what Bhagavan says. Aham diyaha vinashtihi eva paramartha muktihi, paramartha muktihi iti saddarshane cha pratipaditam. What is mukti? Is aham, ego. Destruction of ego is liberation. Once it is done, you are liberated. When afterwards body is there, body prarabdha is going through, but people call it as prarabdha, but they Mahatma doesn't call it as prarabdha also. You know what is the realization? Their realization is that they knew this I have a body is also a delusion. They don't have anything. They don't exist as ego individual. An ego died. Then what expresses? The Paramatma expresses in that. Through that body, Paramatma expresses. Meaning he himself expresses as Brahman. No more ego. It is run. Because there is some power left, it runs. So therefore, muktihi ekavidahi eva iti itaratra cha vakshati. Others in other place also said mukti is only of one type. Mukti bheda vyavahare na adara drushyate Sri Maharshe Upadesheshu. In entire teachings around Maharishi, there is no adara. Adara means respect or any value given to the statement that there are many states of realization. Like Jivan Mukti one state, Videha Mukti one state. In all these teachings, he never spoke about these two as two different realizations. He never advised that. Okay. So, yatha mukti bhedaha parabuddhigo na jnana drushtau bhavati तथा ज्ञानिनः सिद्धिभिः विहार प्रारब्धमिति परबुद्धिगता दृष्टिः. Just as mukti bhedah parabuddhigaha, meaning mukti bheda, jivan mukti or videha mukti, this kind of thought is only from the other's point of view. Just as the differences in realization as jivan mukta or as videha mukti is from the standpoint of others, na jnana drushtau bhavati, not from the standpoint of the jnani. Similarly, jnaninah siddhibhihi viharaha prarabdhamiti parabuddhigata drushtihi. Similarly, that jnani is manifesting the powers manifested through jnani. They are also attributed to prarabdham iti paradrushti. The jnani manifesting powers also is jnani's prarabdham. Therefore, the powers are expressed by the jnani. This thought also from other standpoint of view. Other standpoint of view, that jnani is prarabdha. Therefore, in his prarabdha, the siddhis are to be manifested. Therefore, they are being manifested. Who says? From others' point of view. Nacha niritishaya atmaswarupa avasthitasya jnaninah siddhishu sa atishaya buddhihi. One who is established in extreme that realization in his own self, he doesn't even think or no thought goes towards these things. He doesn't even analyze. It doesn't even analyze about that. Mind doesn't go. It doesn't think about it. Think. Nava idrishyo jnana siddhayah mantra aushadhi tapaha samadhija iva purushakara sadhita bhavanti asam jnana swabhavatah udbhavat. Nava idrishyo jnana siddhayah. Nor these kinds of siddhis, jnana siddhi, they are not manifested, they are not gained through mantra, aushadhi, herbal, tapaha, through penance, samadhija, or practice of samadhi. No. Iva purushakara samadhita bhavanti na bhavanti. Asam jnana svabhavataha udbhavat. All these things, powers, have naturally he got out of his own abidance in his own self. He did not acquire them by his effort. He did not think about them. Naturally he got that. Naturally they manifested. They manifest if they want. They get manifested. But in that he doesn't have ego also. Think. Tatha cha ahuhu jnana yoginaha. Jnana yogi is a, Yoga Shikopanishad. Upanishad is there, in that these things are told. Very simple. Vividha siddhayo loke kalpita statha rasaushadhi kriya jala mantrabhyasadi sadhanat siddhyanti siddhayo yastu kalpitasta prakirtitaha anitya alpaviryasta siddhayas sadhanodbhavaha sadhanena vinapyeva jayante swatayevahi swatmayogaikanishteshu swatantriyad ishvarapriyaha prabhuta siddhayo yastaha kalpana rahita sprataha siddhanitya mahavirya ichcha rupa swayogajaha chirakalat prayayante vasana rahiteshu cha. Dvidha siddhayo loke kalpita akalpita sthatha. There are two kinds of siddhis in this world. Kalpita, akalpitam. Kalpita means effort. You put efforts and gained. Akalpita, effortless. They manifest. How effortless? Rasa, aushadhi, kriyajala, mantrabhyasadi sadhanat. All these things are through effort. You can get siddhi. How? Rasa, some kind of combinations of some things you take and you get some powers. Aushadhi, different aushadhis you take and practice, you get some powers. Kriya jala, some kind of rituals you perform, you get powers. Mantra japa you do, some power you get continuously. So siddhyanti, siddhayo yastu kalpitaha ta prakritita. All these siddhis are called prakalpitaha, kalpitaha, meaning they are all born out of effort, not naturally. You can get lot of siddhis. Anitya, they are all anitya, not permanent. Alpaviryaha, a limited potency they have. Taha siddhayaha sadhanodbhavaha. All those siddhis which are born out of sadhanas, such sadhanas, result of sadhana, they are all for limited time only. Because in one life, you may have siddhi of certain siddhis. They are called antakarana dharmas. But next life you bring that arrangement of antakarana, memory, all dissolves. Then you will not have any siddhi next life. How can you say, I may not have had siddhis in my past life? I had. Where are they now? Gone. We cannot deny. We may have got a lot of siddhis. Think. Siddhis, not only this kind of adbhuta siddhis, wonderful siddhis, many siddhis. Maybe excellent player I was. Maybe skillful in some other. What happened to this life? All antakarana. They're all antakarana dharma, temporarily acquired dharmas. They get dissolved. Anityaha, sadhanodbhavaha. Sadhanena vina api eva jayante swatayeva hi swatma yoga ekanishteshu. Those who are abiding in their own self, without any exclusive effort for siddhas, they manifest. And Swatantriyat, Ishwara, they are all very dear to Ishwara. Independently they are produced on their own. Because of their abidance in self, purity. Prabhutaha siddhayaha yaha taha kalpanarahitaha sprataha. Prabhuta, many, huge, in plenty of siddhis they get. They are all naturally manifest. They did not put any efforts for that. Siddhaha nityaha, they remain eternally. Natural, it is not produced karma. Karma phalitam will go in time. Mahavirya, very potential. Ichcha rupaha swayogajaha. Whatever they wish, that will happen. Swayogajaha, born out of their own. So, chirakalat prajayante vasanarahiteshu cha. So, they remain. These siddhis are because of, are those who are freed from all the past impressions. Vasanarahiteshu cha. Or chirakalat prajayante. Or these siddhis may manifest in those who are freed from all kinds of vasanas. They manifest. Suddenly anything can manifest and manifest. One person is there, long back. I read it somewhere. So he used to got the siddhi of transporting the materials from one place to other place. So, think about it. He has got siddhi to transport an item. So, he can vacate this glass from your room and he can get it. That siddhi he got. It will dissolve and appear there. Mayam. It will disappear here, it will appear there. So, perhaps he got siddhi to transfer, say, about 1,000 kilos in his lifestyle. Weight of gross objects. He was doing continuously. So somebody went, he was in Himalaya, somebody went and asked, no, I work in Usha Sieving Missions store. Dealer I am. Or I work there, my friend there. If you bring that Usha Sieving Mission 1 from that store to Himalayas, manifest here, somewhere pahadon mein, I will believe you have siddhi. Oh, I will get it. He closed and got it. Very good, Mahatma, I agree. Now put it back. By then he exhausted all siddhis. He could not send it back. He cried, oh, my siddhi gone, my siddhi gone, my siddhi gone. Every time he can bring and transport it back. This time he could not do. That fellow was worried about his job. He lifted physically that mission. बड़े मुश्किल से दुकान खोलने से पहले whatever it is, he had to bring it back and then keep it in that place and बच गया समझो. नौकरी का सवाल है. It happened, I'm telling. I'm to Usha Saving Mission. So heavy that quota kam khatam. So the siddhis are there, but then naturally if vasanas are exhausted, purity, so these siddhis are what is called, some in case of some from seen in those people who are freed from all kinds of past impressions. Chirakalat prajayante vasanarahiteshu cha. Tasmat tapasvabhavajayama siddhaya iti bodhyam. So what is to be understood? In the case of all other siddhis are born out of tapasya, effort. Tasu siddhishu jnanino na brahmaha. Jnani is not deluded by those siddhis. Sarupa buddhireva ityaha. Why? Their interest is only in his own self. They may come. They may use. But they have not put any effort. They are given. And one more thing I tell you. Even in a great seeker's life, great Mahatmas, advanced seeker's life, when they do some divine work in the world, without their effort, specifically for any siddh, some siddhis are given to them for work permission, for work-oriented siddhis. Like powers are given to you to execute a work. Oh, special powers I am giving you. You can do that work. You need not report me for next 2 months. Go and complete the mission. Don't take my permission. Like our Prime Minister gave to our army and all. Take action. I am giving you. Whatever is appropriate, you do it. I am not interfering. You let me know, that's it. So powers are given to them. Like that, some powers are given. If a jiva, a person is involved in a greater work for welfare of society, as an ambassador of Lord, some powers are given to him. And that man, because he is not yet enlightened, he is a bhakta, he is still on the path, he knew that he is given all these things, intuitionally is called grace only, he knew he did not do anything. If he develops ahankara in that, then another lesson will take, we have to be learnt for one more life, 2 lives. Or if he remembers that these are all given to me in this life, they are not mine, I have not earned by them any one of them, it is given to me by my Guru or my Lord, Ishtadevata. So he will not get deluded by that. So he can continue and realize the self. In some cases, this happens. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai.